In this lecture, we will cover the supplies you will need to make your zipper tote bag. First is a fabric. Choose a durable and aesthetically pleasing fabric for both the exterior of the bag and the lining. Cotton canvas, denim, or upholstery fabric are good options. Next is a scissors. You will need both small and large scissors for cutting fabric and thread. Next is a pins. Pins are essential for holding fabric layers together while sewing. OPT for straight pins with flat heads for ease of use. Next is a measuring tape. A flexible measuring tape is essential for accurately measuring fabric and determining dimensions for your tote bag. Next is a cutting mat or ruler. A cutting mat provides a smooth surface for cutting fabric and protects your work surface. Alternatively, you can use a ruler for measuring and marking fabric. Next is a chalk or fabric marker. Use chalk or a fabric marker to transfer pattern markings onto the fabric and make precise cuts. Next is a matching thread. Choose a high quality thread that matches or complements the color of your fabric for sewing seams and attaching the zipper. Next is a large zipper. Select a sturdy zipper that is longer than the width of your tote bag for the man gluer. Next is a short zipper. You will also need a shorter zipper for an interior pocket if desired. And you need an iron. An iron is essential for pressing seams and achieving professional looking results in your sewing project. And next, of course, is sewing machine. Finally, you will need a sewing machine equipped with a zipper foot for sewing the zippers and seams. But if you don't have a zipper foot, it's okay. With these supplies on hand, you will be well equipped to tackle the zipper tote bag project with confidence. Let's move on to the next step and start creating. In this lecture, we will delve into the fabrics you have chosen for your zipper tote bag project. First, I am using a cotton canvas in orange color. Cotton canvas is a sturdy and durable fabric known for its strength and versatility. It's an excellent choice for the exterior of your tote bag, providing structure and stability while withstanding everyday use. The orange color adds a sleek and modern touch to your bag, making it suitable for various occasions. Next I am using a denim fabric. Denim is another durable fabric with a characteristic twill, weave and diagonal ribbing. It's known for its ruggedness and durability, making it an ideal choice for the exterior of your tote bag. The black denim fabric adds a touch of sophistication and pairs well with the cotton canvas, creating a stylish contrast. Next is a lining fabric. For the lining of your tote bag, you have chosen a soft fabric that provides a gentle and comfortable interior for your belongings. This lining fabric adds a luxurious feel to your bag and ensures that your items are protected while also complementing the exterior fabrics. By combining these two different fabrics for the exterior and a soft lining fabric for the interior, you are creating a zipper tote bag that not only looks stylish but also offers durability and functionality. The contrast between the rugged denim and sturdy cotton canvas, paired with the softness of the lining fabric, adds visual interest and enhances the overall design of your bag. Let's proceed with the project and bring your vision to life. In this lecture, we will discuss the dimensions and pieces needed for assembling your zipper tote bag. First is a outer fabric pieces. These are two fabric pieces. Length 16.7 inches and width is 9 inches. These pieces will form the main body of your tote bag. Next is a bottom fabric piece. This is one piece and here is length 16.7 inches and width is 13.7 inches. This piece will provide the base and support for your tote bag. Next is a zipper cover outer pieces. These are two pieces. Length is 16.7 inches and width is 2.7 inches. These pieces will cover the ends of the zipper to create a neat finish. Next is a zipper cover lining pieces. These are two pieces. Length 16.7 inches and width is 2.7 inches. These pieces will line the zipper cover for added durability and a polished look. Next is a handle pieces. These are two handle pieces. Length is 31.2 inches. Width is 4.5 inches. These pieces will form the handles of your tote bag, providing comfort and functionality. Next is a lining fabric. This fabric will be used to line the interior of your tote bag, providing a soft and protective layer for your belongings. Next is a zipper tabs pieces. These are two zipper tabs pieces. Length is 3.5 inches. Width is 2.5 inches. These pieces will be attached to the ends of the zipper for ease of opening and closing. Next is a outer pocket fabric. Length 7 inches. Width 6.5 inches. This piece will be used to create an exterior pocket for storing small items. Next is a lining pocket. Length 10 inches, width 14.2 inches. This piece will be used to create a pocket on the interior lining of your tote bag for additional organization. By understanding the dimensions and purposes of each fabric piece, you will be ready to proceed with cutting and assembling your zipper tote bag. Let's move on to the next step and start constructing your bag. If you have any questions about this, you can feel free to ask. I'm here to help you. In this lecture, you will learn how to sew the pockets and prepare the bag handles for your zipper tote bag project. So first we will sewing the pockets. So place your outer pocket fabric piece on the table, right side facing up. Lay your lining fabric on top of the outer fabric, wrong side facing down, aligning the edges. Repeat the same process for other pocket. Just like this. Now use a measuring tape to mark a 0.4 inch seam allowance along one edge of each pocket fabric piece using a marker or chalk. Once marked, draw a straight line with ruler. Repeat the marking process for the other pocket, just like this. Now, it's time to pinning the fabric pieces together. Pin the fabric pieces together along the marked edges to secure them. Once pinned, it's time to stitch the pockets. Now I'm going to stitch my pockets. Stitch along the marked lines with a back stitch, ensuring to leave the left edges open. Stitch slowly. Once stitch both pockets, trim any excess thread. Now open the pockets right side and press them with an iron on medium heat. Fold both pockets on the right side and iron them for a final touch. Once ironed, stitch along the top edge with a 0.4 inch seam allowance, avoiding the open sides. Sew both pockets closed along the top edge and your pockets are done. Once your pockets are done, it's time to preparing back handles. Now place your handle pieces on the table. Heat up your iron on high temperature. Fold one handle piece in half lengthwise and iron it carefully to create a crease. Open the handle and fold each side to meet at the center crease, then press with the iron. Fold the handle again along the center crease and iron it to create a finished handle. Repeat the folding and ironing process. Repeat the folding and ironing process for the other handle piece. Sew along both sides of the handles with a 1/8-inch seam allowance to secure the folds. Trim any excess thread and your handles are ready to be attached to the tote bag. With the pockets sewn and the handles prepared, you are one step closer to completing the zipper tote bag with multiple pockets. Let's proceed with attaching the pockets and handles to the tote bag. In this lecture, we will move on to attaching the pockets and handles to your zipper tote bag. First, we will attach the pockets. So, take one outer fabric piece and fold it in half, then iron it to create a crease. Repeat this process for the other outer fabric piece. Fold each pocket in half and iron it again to create a crease. Repeat this process for both pockets. Lay one outer fabric piece on the table right side facing up. Use a cutting mat to mark the crease line of the pocket with chalk. Place the pocket on the outer fabric piece along the center line, ensuring that the closed side of the pocket is facing up and the open side is facing down. Pin the pocket in place along the sides and bottom, matching the center lines. Sew along the sides and bottom edges of the pocket with a 1/4-inch seam allowance using a back stitch. Repeat this process for the other pocket. Once both pockets are sewn, they are securely attached to the outer fabric pieces. It's time to attaching handles. Before attaching handles, use chalk and a measuring tape to mark 2.7 inches on both sides of the center point of each pocket where the handle will be attached. Draw a straight line at the marked points. Place the handle on the marked line, ensuring it is centered and aligned. Pin the handle in place to secure it. Mark 1.1 inches on the upper side of the handle on both sides. Then pin it in place. Repeat this process for the other outer fabric piece. Sew both handles along the marked lines with a 1/8 inch seam allowance. With the pockets and handles attached, your zipper tote bag is taking shape. Let's move forward and complete the final steps of the project. In this lecture, we will focus on attaching the bottom fabric piece to the outer fabric pieces and preparing the lining fabric. So first, attaching bottom fabric piece. Lay your bottom fabric piece on the table, right side facing up. Next, place one outer fabric piece right side up along the bottom fabric piece, aligning the edges. Set the other outer fabric piece along the bottom fabric piece in the same manner. Take the first outer fabric piece and place it on top of the bottom fabric piece, wrong side facing down. Pin it in place. Repeat this process for the other outer fabric piece. Once both fabric pieces pinned, then going to take this to the sewing machine, sew along the edges with a 1/2 inch seam allowance using a back stitch. Once both edges are sewn, open the fabric and lay it wrong side up on the table. Next, iron the edges on the bottom side of the fabric. Now turn the fabric right side up and sew along the top edges on both sides. Next, we are going to prepare lining fabric. Lay your lining fabric piece on the table, right side facing up. Place the outer fabric piece on top of the lining fabric, ensuring it aligns with the edges. The size of the outer fabric piece is 29.7 inches by 16.7 inches. Lay the outer fabric piece on the table with the fabric folded right sides together. Next, cut the corners of the fabric with measurements of 2.4 inches multiplied by 1.7 inches. Chalk. Repeat this process for other corner. Take your scissors to cut along the marked lines. Once outer fabric piece corners are cut, then lay your lining fabric piece on the table with the fabric folded right sides together. Use a measuring tape to mark the corners with the same measurements as the outer fabric corners. In this case, 2.4 inches by 1.8 inches. Use chalk or a fabric marker to draw lines at these measurements on each corner of the lining fabric. Carefully cut along the marked lines with scissors to remove the corners of the lining fabric. Once both corners are cut, now take your outer fabric piece and pin the edges of the outer fabric piece sew both sides with a half-inch seam allowance using a back stitch. Once both edges are sewn, remove the pins and iron the side edges. With the bottom fabric piece attached and the lining fabric prepared, your zippered tote bag is nearing completion. Let's continue with the final steps to finish the project. If you have any questions about this, you can feel free to ask. I'm here to help you. In this lecture, we will focus on sewing the square corners of your zippered tote bag to give it a clean and polished finish. Hold the corner of the bag firmly and mark a point 4.5 inches from the corner along each side of the fabric. Draw a straight line across the corner using a ruler and chalk. Pin the layers of fabric together along the marked line to secure them in place. Repeat this process for the other corner. Head to the sewing machine and sew along the marked line with a back stitch, ensuring to stitch slowly and accurately. Once both corners are sewn, return to your table and remove the pins from the fabric. Turn the fabric right side out and examine how neatly the corners have been sewn. Sewing square corners adds a professional touch to your zipper tote bag, ensuring that it looks tidy and well finished. Let's move forward and complete the final steps to bring your project to completion. In this lecture, we will focus on shortening the zipper and attaching tabs as well as attaching the zipper on the zipper cover. First, we will shortening the zipper and attaching tabs. So, wire your zipper and ensure it is shorter than your zipper cover by 1 or 1.5 inches. Mark your zipper with chalk and cut any extra length from the zipper. Once your zipper is shorter, then we are going to prepare the tabs by folding each tab in half and ironing it. Then fold it again on each side to create a crease. Repeat the same process. And once again fold and iron it. Repeat the same process for other tab. Once both tabs are ironed, cut any extra tab length and we have 2.5 inches tabs length. Now take your zipper to the sewing machine and open the tab and insert the zipper inside the tab. Then fold the tab over the zipper just like this and pin it to secure. Sew along the edge of the tab with a 1/8 inch seam allowance. Stitch slowly, sew Repeat this process for the other side of the zipper, ensuring both tabs are securely attached. Now I am going to attaching the zipper on the zipper cover. First, place the zipper in the center of the zipper cover, right side down, and ensure it is centered along the top edge. Next, place the zipper lining cover, right side down. Next, place the zipper lining cover, right side down on top of the zipper cover, sandwiching the zipper in between. Next, pin the layers together to secure the zipper in place. Now, I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and sew along the edge with a slightly less than quarter-inch seam allowance, ensuring to use a back stitch at the beginning and end. And you can definitely use a zipper foot for this, but I am using my standard foot because I am comfortable. Now I see I am coming close to my zipper pull right here. So I will pull the presser foot up and up the needle and move the zipper pull out of the way, and again my needle is down and down your presser foot and start sewing again. And at last back stitch again. Now the zipper is neatly in between my two panels. Now it's time add our second panel and lining, so I will place the outer cover right side up and I will place my first panel with the zipper attached right side down along the panel's top edge right here, the same way we did it for the first panels. So I will center the zipper again to make sure the same amount of fabric exposed on each side of the zipper. And again bring my lining right side down and hold the layers and pin it to secure, and again stitch along this edge with quarter-inch seam allowance with back stitch at the beginning and at the end. Once both panels sewn, I like to bring my zipper cover to my pressing table and press along these edges really well, making sure both outer and lining fabric are neatly pressed away from the zipper. Now I will stitch along this edge right here with 1/8" seam allowance. Make sure not stitch over the lining. Push back the lining on second side, then stitch the outer fabric, and when you're coming close to the end, lift the presser foot and push back the zipper and continue stitching again. Again, repeat the same process on other edge. Once both edges sewn, now hold your outer fabric piece right sides together and lining pieces right sides together, but as you see, here is the zipper tab and I will fold it in a way where the zipper tab is pointing towards the lining, and I will line up these seams and pin it to secure again. Repeat same process on other side. Once both pinned, then I am going to take my zipper to the sewing machine and stitch along this edge with half-inch seam allowance. Make sure do not sew on zipper tab. Stitch slowly. Repeat same process on other side. Once both edge sewn, then open this and fold it like this. Both edges are together and sewn just a little to secure it, the corner. With these steps completed, your zipper and zipper tabs are neatly attached to the zipper cover, bringing you closer to completing your zipper tab or zipper tote bag. Let's proceed with the final step. Once sewn the edges, then take your scissor and snap it between the center point and cut straight between the center. Then turn the pocket fabric to the wrong side of the lining fabric and iron it flat. The edges are nice and crisp, and once ironed, then turn your lining fabric piece right side up and place your zipper to the back of the lining fabric just like this and pin it to secure it. Once pinned, then take it to the sewing machine and sew along the edge with 1/8 inch seam allowance. Once sewn the edges, then turn your lining fabric wrong side up and roll your pocket fabric and fold it for closing the edges. Take it to the sewing machine and sew with half-inch seam allowance to closing the pocket edges. Once sewn, then take it to the table and open the zipper and see how neatly pocket will be attached. And now it's time to closing the lining fabric piece. Also fold the lining fabric piece wrong sides facing together and wrong sides together and pin it first. Then take your measuring tape and mark one side of the lining edge 4 inches down and 4 inches up and sew along this line, and make sure not sew on this empty space because we will turn the fabric right side after attaching this lining with outer fabric piece tote bag. So sew along the half-inch seam allowance. And once both edges sewn, cut the thread and bring it to the table. And now again with same measurement, sew corners with 4.5 inches. Draw a straight line and pin it to secure and sew it along the marked line with backstitch. Once the corners are sewn, inspect the opening side to see how neatly it's sewn. By following these steps, you will successfully attach the zipper pocket to the lining fabric and sew the corners and sides, bringing you closer to completing your tote bag project. Let's continue with the final steps to finish the bag. In this lecture, we will focus on attaching the zipper pocket to the lining fabric and sewing the corners and sides. First, place your lining fabric piece on the table, right side facing up. Then, measure 4 inches down from the top edge of the lining fabric and draw a straight line. Then, place your pocket fabric wrong side up on the marked line and pin it to secure. Next, measure 1.1 inches down from the top edge of the pocket fabric. And draw a straight line. Then mark the length of your zipper on the pocket fabric and draw lines extending a 1/4 inch on both ends. Draw small triangles on both sides of the zipper line. Then sew along the side edges of the pocket fabric. In this lecture, we will focus on attaching the lining to the outer fabric tote bag. First, hold your outer fabric tote bag and place the zipper fabric outside of the outer fabric. Ensure your lining fabric piece is turned wrong side out. Now hold your outer fabric tote bag and insert into the lining fabric piece, matching the side seams together, and pin the side seams together to secure them. Once pinned, Now sew along the side seams with a half-inch seam allowance at the sewing machine. Once sewn, remove the pins and take out the fabric piece from the lining fabric and just hold the square corners of both the outer fabric and lining fabric, matching them together and pin them. Repeat this process for the other corner. And then take it to the sewing machine and sew along the stitch line for each corner. Once sewn, remove the pins. Put your hand in the empty side of the lining fabric piece and turn the bag right side out. By following these steps, you will successfully attach the lining to the outer fabric tote bag, ensuring a clean and professional finish. Let's move forward with the final steps to complete your tote bag project. In this lecture, we will sew the open side of the lining with a hand-sewn invisible stitch for a clean finishing touch. So first, take your needle with fabric matching thread and put your thimble on your left thumb to protect it. Sew the invisible stitch along the open side of the lining. It's very easy and simple. But if you prefer, you can sew with a machine. Now, take your thread and you want to take your needle and thread and you want to knot the ends, and then come up with your needle from one fold so that you can hide the knot inside there. Then what you are going to do is you are going to go straight across from that thread, and you are gonna take about a 1/4 inch stitch with your needle parallel to the fold of the fabric, and you will see how that makes a stitch straight across. Then come straight across from where you just came up and do the same thing. We get several stitches going. You can see why this is called a invisible stitch. You just want to do that, continue across the whole part of the fabric that has a gap into it in it to finish off that gap. Now here's the magic part. Once you have got that whole invisible done, if you pull the thread, you will see how it starts to gather up the fabric. But we pull it flat, you will notice that the thread has basically disappeared. And we have this seam flat. You can see how that stitching is hardly. Now just cut the thread. Hold your zipper cover, and we are going to stitch around the top of the bag. But before stitching, press the area around the bag before stitching. Hold your handles and pin the handles to secure them. And then take your ruler and mark a 1/4 inch seam allowance before sewing. Now we are going to take it to the sewing machine. Sew on the marked line at the sewing machine, backstitching at the beginning and at the end. And when you reach at the end point, backstitch and cut the thread. Now just remove the pins and we have completed the entire process of making a tote bag from start to finish. Throughout the lectures, we have covered various techniques including fabric selection, cutting, sewing, attaching zippers and pockets, and finishing touches. Now as you conclude this course, you should have a beautiful tote bag ready for use. And remember, practice makes perfect, so don't hesitate to try making more tote bags using different fabrics and designs to hone your skills. I hope you have enjoyed this course and found it helpful in enhancing your sewing abilities. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I wish you the best of luck with all your future sewing projects.